So, this is week 6, the end of my video diaries. As you can tell, I'm finally in the temple. I stayed after temple services to be here. So, here's a nice view of Temple Israel here in Omaha. The writing up above here, I can't get zoomed in. I think you can zoom in. Let me see. Zoom in? No. So I can't zoom in. So the writing at the top of here says, "Know before who you stand." This is the rest of the temple. And on to this week's questions. So, this is my last video diary, which means it's kind of the end of the project for me. I mean, I'm still going to try and, Beth talked to us about still getting involved and stuff like that, and I want to do that because I enjoyed my time here. And, I guess this project helped do both of a strengthening and a challenging for me. It strengthened more of my beliefs that in like the Jewish tradition, and it challenged more of like my Christian beliefs and my Catholic beliefs. So it did a little bit of both for me, which was kind of great because this whole process of converting and just thinking about it and trying to decide, is this what I really want? Is this, this isn't exactly the easy decision I've ever made in my entire life. It's probably going to be one of the hardest ones. And so to have it kind of challenged in this kind of a way has been really helpful to me to try and see, is this decision that's going to change me for the rest of my life one that I'm okay with? And this was asked in, I think, our 4th video, maybe, about how does it feel to share your views in such a public way? And it's hard because heck, most of the people at my school don't even know I'm converting. My own mother doesn't even know I'm converting, for God's sakes. To tell the entire world before I'm telling my mom, it's kind of like, it's weird for me. It's just like, okay, so the entire world that watches these videos knows I don't want to be Catholic anymore, but my mom, who sees me 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, who's raised me for the past 18 years. I think she has hints, but, there's none of this whole, flat up saying, "Hey, Mom, I'm becoming Jewish." So it's kind of weird to share this in such a public way without even letting the people I'm closest to know. And I guess that's it's almost helped it more. I love my mom to death, but this has just been one of those ways to, be my own way to think about it and pray and process, what am I doing right? What did I learn about myself? I learned that I'm 90% sure that I'm making the right choice in converting. I learned that this is definitely who I am as a person. This is definitely what my faith life, my beliefs totally believe. And this is who I am as a person. Another 10% of me is the whole, well, what happens if it's that whole thinking thing, that gets in the way, whatever. What I learned about kind of the other people in my group, the people that does with me, is despite religious differences, we all kind of have the same fundamental ideas that you need to help out people. Even if you don't believe in something, you need to help out people just to help people, and that's kind of cool. One thing I kind of want to leave everybody with most people know this. It's from Pastor Martin Niemöller. I probably just butchered that, and so I'm sorry. They came first for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Catholics because I was Protestant. Then they came for me. And by that time, no one was allowed to speak up for me. And it's kind of a reminder that, religion doesn't have to divide us. It doesn't have to break down barriers. In fact, it doesn't have to build up barriers, It's there to break them down. It's there to show us that if you don't stand for something, if you don't stand for somebody just because they don't believe the same thing you do, we're all going to fall for something. We're all going to fall to anything. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. And like the inscription says, you have to know before who you're standing. You stand before 3 people in this world. You stand before yourself, you stand before your peers, and you stand before God. And at the end of this life, you know, if I'm standing before God, I want to know that I didn't fall for something because I let my personal beliefs get in the way of that. So, you know, stop, you know, break down those barriers. Just because somebody doesn't believe the same thing you do doesn't mean you can't be friends. Doesn't mean you can't try and learn. Doesn't mean you can't try and be tolerant. You gotta stand for something or you're falling for anything.